Hello, hello, hello. Let me make sure we're on and popping. If you can see me and you're on, type in the chat so I know. Okay, hey Darren. So I guess I can be seen and heard. Let me know what city and state you're tuning in from too. Today's topic we're going to be talking about gets a little deep. It's overcoming the giant. Overcoming the giant. Cool, I can be heard. Awesome. Columbus, Ohio, what's up? BX, what's up? I don't know why I can't see. It shows a complete blank screen on my end, but that's okay. As long as you guys can see me, that's all I care about. I always use like double devices just to make sure that I can be seen and heard. Okay, there I go. All right, so I'm all up to date here. But yeah, for those who are tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Monday, July 17th. Can y'all believe we're like pretty much halfway through the summer? But I hope you guys are enjoying your summer. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. For those who are just tuning in, please keep typing in the chat. Let me know your city and state where you're tuning in from. Hearts and likes and thumbs ups are all appreciated. Hi, Queen Vivian. Welcome. I think I haven't seen you on the show before, but welcome. Always love having our queens on. And if you are at a space where you want to hear where we're talking about overcoming the giant, definitely send some thumbs, some hearts, all that good stuff we love. But what most importantly we love the most is by sharing this information with others. It's always good to pay it forward. It doesn't cost you anything but a second of a click. So here on Thrive Abundantly TV, I hope you guys tuned in last week. Man, last week was a deep topic. We dig deep. I dig deep. I got into my dark spaces with you guys here on this show. I'm very transparent. I had a special guest last week, the spiritual teacher and counselor Vivian Ashford of the AfroBuddha.com. Man, that was a really good chat. That was from Friday, so definitely tune into the channel. If you look me up on Facebook, I don't know where people are tuning in from because some people are calling from my personal page on YouTube. If you look up CEO LC Thrive, LCTHRIVA, on Facebook, you'll find the feed of all the channels. This is episode 41. I had the calculations a little mixed up. So this is episode 41. And on YouTube, if you just look up LC Thrive, it's also up there. I don't really give as much love to my YouTube because Facebook is just where it's at. One of the things I talked about, especially when I talked about marketing and branding your business, you focus on one offer, one funnel, and you just feed into that, and the other ones you outsource, but you really put a lot of your attention. I get most of my clients and everyone on Facebook. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars, honestly, on Facebook. Through Facebook, I really focus on Facebook. But people will argue and be like, oh, no, LinkedIn is the way to go. Instagram is the way to go. It depends on your business and what you provide the energy and feedback for. But anyway, this chat is not about, marketing and branding. For all means, if you need help in that particular area and what you should be focusing on, and our Start Quality Coaching Program, definitely reach out to me and I can, we can figure out a strategy call where you guys can tune in. We'll narrow down on where you are with your business and where you would like to go. I have clients in all different expertise, from their own market broader business to network marketing, MLM, to startup business. So even if you're starting from scratch, we can figure out a way to help you. So in order to, do that, just send me an inbox or whatever, and I'll get you, set up to get a strategy call in order. All right, enough of that spiel. For those who do and do not know me, my name is Lauren, LC Thriving, the Thriving Entrepreneur, and you are tuning into Thrive Abundantly TV, the channel, the place to be. You can be anywhere in the world. I'm thankful that you're here with me, but this channel is helping for entrepreneurs to really start thinking about your business. I am here to make you go, get you to start thinking about your business, get you to start looking at the point where, I'm mentioning some areas that you may know or really haven't thought about. So I'm going to be that blind spot for you to open up and get it in front of you and in your face. That's what this channel is for. We talk about all areas from, struggles with entrepreneurship, how to focus on your branding and marketing, where to get your business to, to take off to the next level. Really focusing on the inner game. Everything is inner game. I really focus that in my coaching program. A lot of people call me and want to be like, oh, what marketing tips I need to do? What I need to do? Let's figure out why you took so long to even get on this call. Let's figure out why it took you so long to even start the business. Let's figure out why it took you, 6 months, a year, or whatever, just to do the things that you already know how to do. A lot of the times people already know what they need to do with their business. They're actually getting coaching to do it. But the problem is they haven't focused on their inner game. The problem is there's a giant in the room. As we always say, there's a big elephant in the room that you know that's there, but you want to focus on all the other things that you got to do to get the money. Every time people are worried about chasing the money, let's get in the head. Okay? So that's what I really focus on. Those are the things that we really drive in. And I'm telling you, those who do that work, I did it. And the reason why I noticed is because I was the one ignoring the big elephant, the giant in the room, and just focus on the mechanics. So many people worry about the mechanics of the business, and they haven't even worried about the mechanics of themselves. You are the one who runs the business. So if you haven't worried about the mechanics and the fundamentals and the inner game to run your business or to do anything you want to do, whether it's lose weight, you know what I mean? Because for those who do and do not know me, I'm also a fitness trainer and a health and life coach. Okay. Most of that stuff comes from inner game. Why it took so long for you to go out and run. Why it took so long for you, to go into different things. And I'm not sitting here acting like I don't personally go through these things. I personally went through these things. I've learned to get into the inner game to have the results on the outer game. Okay. The inner game is what I mean by mental. So, thank you, Enlighten Them Glass. I like that name. Enlighten Them, yes. I don't know if you're a king or queen, but if, type in the chat, let me know so I can say thank you, king or queen. I really appreciate that. But it's so important. It's so important. I get people all the time. Can you just tell me this? I don't need self-development. I don't need personal development. I'm positive. I don't think all negative. Well, why it took you so long to do what you got to do? Why have you been keep facing in your head? Then I start digging deep enough and find out the elephant that's in the room, the big giants. And the giants is, nobody, I didn't have anybody, I came from nothing. I didn't have anybody to tell me, the things I had to do. I never really believed in myself because, back in second grade, I had this person bully me and or, I want to make more money. Why? Why do you want to make more money? Well, because, we keep getting robbed all the time. Like, these are real life issues that people are talking about that they ignore and keep focused on the fundamentals of things that they want to work about on their business. Woo! I didn't got so heated up. I ain't even put I got to take all this stuff down. I'm telling y'all, this week it's coming strong because I get on these calls all the time, whether with my clients or prospect clients. We get applications all the time coming into our business where people want some coaching. And the problem is most of the people won't want to face the giants. I ask really gun-ho questions on these calls with my clients, whether you're already my client, I keep asking all the time, or, new clients that want to come in and they keep ignoring the giant. You got to face the giant. A lot of times people don't even know the giant is there, right? But sometimes as people do, we know what we need to do a lot of the time, but we don't want to do it. And a lot of the times we don't feel like doing it because we want to put it on someone else, or, we don't believe in ourselves. So we want someone else to tell us what to do. So what do? Hire a coach, right? But then a lot of times we don't even put the initiative to do what the coach said because we don't believe in ourselves to do the work. All right. Thanks, Queen. We met in Atlanta in the mall and I ate at your table. Are you Jessica's cousin? Hey, Jessica, I just saw you come on. Hi, Queen. I'm guessing that's you. Oh, Stacy? It's either y'all two. Y'all the only couple of guys that was there that I don't think we're Facebook friends on. So anyway, hey Marvin, how you doing, King? Yep, got you. So that's one of the things I particularly mean. So what I want y'all to do, for those who are tuning in, type a few of the things in the chat on, what do you feel like is getting in your way? What's your giant? You got to ask yourself, what's your giant? I'll tell you what my giant was while you guys, and you don't have to, I don't, sometimes be transparent. And let me tell y'all, those who are not willing to face the giant, or even haven't taken the time to dig within to find out, to really find out what the giant is, you got some work to do. I had to get real with myself and figure out what was my shit. Okay, I'm being fully honest with you guys. You got to get and fill out, what is your problem? What is it getting in your way? Not problem. I don't like to say problem, because when we think what is our problem, we start going down a bad spiral and like, oh, I got this problem, something's wrong with me. No, nothing's wrong with you. Okay, everybody has their stuff. Okay, excuse me, y'all done made me curse up on this show. But like I said, this show is about transparency, it's about being real. And y'all might hear me blow up, drop a couple bombs. I don't really curse too bad on here. Anyway, I'm being real. When I'm really into my space and saying what I need to do, I'm going to give it to you straight. So I meant to say the disclaimer prior, but if you are sensitive to, if you have a sensitive ear, you're sensitive about hearing the truth, you're not willing to dig within yourself and look at your giant, what your giant is, you feel like this is all that crazy talk, and, people say all kinds of stuff. This ain't the channel for you. So you can go ahead and exit. Okay. Love you. Much love. ThriveAbundantly. Okay. I'm just saying that and being real, because a lot of times, here's the thing that I figured out, and I've been in different industries for years, but I've been in the game where a lot of stuff takes, like entrepreneurship journey per se. It's all mental. It's like everybody say, oh, 80-20. And yeah, okay, it's 80% mental, but it's 20% in your head too. So it's all inner game, you know what I mean? But I've been, since about, I got exposed to this world and this entrepreneur journey and seeing the bigger picture about digging within yourself about 12 years ago. Well, about 13 years ago now. I need to start seeing 13. And, like I said, we all have different areas of what we need to focus on. We have all this stuff. But the problem is, people try to look so up to par. People are not being transparent enough. People are not digging within themselves enough. They're just trying to put this perfect thing up all the time and just focus on the fundamentals on getting money. Well, let's figure out what is the problem or what you have with getting the money you want. First of all, money is energy. Money is energy. A lot of the stuff you attract, your situation, where you at and what you're doing, I'm getting an echo, on what you're doing is your focus. You know what I mean? Your what's going on in your head. Everything that you have going on the outside is happening in your head. What you want can have in your hands, but you must have it in your head first, right? So a lot of the times people are, in a sense of poverty, and I've been in that place. You know what I mean? Like I had to stop and ask myself, even though I went to school, I got my degree, I did all these things, and I'm like, why am I still broke? For one, I mentally kept telling myself I'm broke. First of all, my limbs aren't broken. Nothing's broke on my body. I have no broken spirit. Broke is a mindset. So I had to tell myself, I'm not broke. My cash flow is low. You get what I'm saying? I'm not broke. I just had to, there's something I don't know that I need to get out there and know. You know what I mean? Anything that you want, you got to have it. What's good, Tyler? Hi. Okay, so if you're telling yourself all the time now, and let me tell y'all, first of all, in the Black community, this is like a constant thing. I had to realize the damage and the mindset that we have, a lot of us have came from. You get what I'm saying? Where we hear all the time, your words send so much vibration. And I talked about that last week, where we talked about being a spirit-full entrepreneur, by really feeling within your spirit. But a lot of us come from a space where we hear a lot of negative things that starts to, shift your mind to think the way we think. So let me tell y'all. So, what you guys give me some thumbs up, some hearts if this sounds familiar. What do you think? I'm a bank? Money don't grow on trees. You better get a job. All these things, and it might be true and stuff like that. But the way how I grew up and what we come from, money was something so hard to get. You get what I'm saying? You had to work your bones off to get money. You get what I'm saying? when you can create money. You get what I'm saying? You could create these things. And it sounds, a lot of times when I used to hear this stuff, it used to sound bogus to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I came from a certain type of mindset. So you have to start rewiring. Like I said, we were born to win, but hardwired to fail, y'all. We were born to win. God didn't just create losers. Okay. God didn't create just for you to just be sedentary. God didn't create for you to just be stuck at your job following someone else's dream, who believed in themselves, who worked on their hardwire. Okay. And I had to realize that. The first time where it ignited for me, I went to school. I'm doing all the things they say to do. I'm doing something my family never even did. I'm walking a different path. You get what I'm saying? Well, my generation, we started. You get what I'm saying? But as far as my siblings and my immediate family, I was the first to go to school. You get what I'm saying? I was the first one to graduate. Okay, I got a degree. I graduated cum laude. I got the good grades. Where the hell is the job at? You get what I'm saying? And then a job, once you get there, is not promised to you. The rug can get slipped right under you. You know what I'm saying? I have friends and family members who's made six figures, man, and they just get that letter like, hey, we closing down this department. What are you going to do then? You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying first of all, I'm not here to bash on jobs. I definitely coached on, using your job just as much as they use you. You should be super excited to always, go into your job like, this is my biggest investor. You get what I'm saying? That this job is funding my dreams. You know what I mean? When I work full time as an entrepreneur now, so I've broke out of that whole cycle about 2017. So in 2012. So I swear I can count, y'all. My brain is in a million places. 5 years ago. So about 5 years ago, I stepped out and I really went out and did my whole entrepreneur journey the whole way. So, and I haven't looked back. And one of the things I had to work on, that you continuously work on, is inner game. I had to find out what was my giant. So I asked you guys, let me look, I missed some of the comments. I asked you guys, what are your giants? For me, my giant is I had a lot of self-limiting beliefs. One of the things was I was actually scared of money. I was actually scared to be successful because nobody I knew was super successful or getting big money. And if they did, they lost it. They're trying to get it back, or they did it a legal way. We ain't gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't realize it was actually a blind spot for me. But I was scared of success, y'all. I was actually a little afraid of it because I worked on areas to know like I could do anything, but why wasn't I doing it? It was because I was scared of success. I was scared to, obtain, whatever responsibilities these things have. You know what I mean? Like, if this was 5 years ago and me coming on here talking about I was going to be a coach or I was going to start and run my own business, I would have never believed you because I didn't really believe in myself to have all that. Grinding, planting these seeds online as we speak. So y'all just having a chat right on my thing. Okay, what's up? Use that job to attain gains. Absolutely. Y'all happy up in here. Who's next? Be about your legacy in the building. All right. Excuse me. It's all about thriving abundantly up in here. I love it. So, where are we? Okay. I didn't got all caught up in y'all chat trying to be nosy, just sitting here like, okay. So yeah, so one of the things that you have to do, whether you want to share it here on this chat, be transparent. Like I said, this is a channel about transparency. I'm never acting like I don't walk in these footsteps. I'm talking about things that I personally went through myself. So one of the things that you always see when you see people, overcome and achieve in areas, and one of the lives that I talked about that I shared was about knowing your authority. Having a difference of understanding power and authority. I really dig deep in that area because a lot of times people are trying to do things that they might have seen someone to do, but you don't have authority over it. And what I mean by authority is, God gives you the authority to do what you need to do, right? And what I mean by God is like you have that agreement with your God, whatever it is that you believe in, the universe, whatever, but you give yourself the authority by the rapport and the relationship you have with yourself. That is exactly why We talked about this all week last week, right? This is exactly why here on this channel, the whole series of last week was being a spiritful entrepreneur. As you guys know, I've been building. For anybody who's been watching my show from the beginning, we've been building. I'm building you up, especially if you started from scratch. You know, you haven't even stepped into the entrepreneur world, anything like that. If you've been watching my show from the beginning, we're building. You know what I'm saying? And if you know, one of the things that I do with my clients, this is what we focus on and drill on. A lot of times people think, you know, I'm a hire coach and I'm going to make $10,000 next in like 5 weeks. It depends where you are in your journey in your business. You know what I mean? I had a client who just came on about 2 weeks ago, and we've cash flowed about $3,000, just by looking at certain areas where she looked at as a blind spot in her business. And this is where we've been able to look in an area where we can profit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of it was because she had a giant in the room. She had a giant in the room that was stopping her on areas where she needed to look at to be able to bring in more money. Okay? It's not about just hustling and bustling and making the money. If anything, I know about that. I'm a bona fide hustler. I'll go out and work and do everything. I get up at 4:45 in the morning. I have clients first thing early in the morning, where I'll run one business and then I run this business in the middle of the day and then go back. You know what I mean? So I get the factor of hustling, but it's just something I love to do. I'm no longer at a space where I'm just doing work just to get the dollar. And I have no problem with that. My thing is, do the work to get the money, but make sure you're using that money to put it into something where you're passionate about. And that includes of you looking into an area where you got to dig deep. Find out your giants. Get the giants out the room. Clear the space. Feng shui the shit. You get what I'm saying? You know, the space of and when I mean the space, I'm not just talking about your bedroom. I'm talking about in your head. Really clear out the areas. Remember, for those who tuned in last week, when I talked about disrupting your soil, when you get an idea, right? Or you have a space where you want to work on and you want to do this particular area or whatever it is in your business, right? You're planting a seed, right? So when you're planting a seed, I don't have a green thumb. I've tried to plant once and my poor plant died, but I definitely know about being an amazing gardener in my head, right? In my spirit, in my soul, to plant and blossom and sprout my dream life how I want, right? So when you think about something you want to do, you have this idea, you have this business, you have something you want to move for, you have this idea you want to lose weight, whatever it is, right? You're planting a seed, right? But if you got bad soil from all the other limited beliefs and all that stuff that you have that you deep planted in your soil, or old things that you thought about, like I said, last week, oh gosh, I can't remember who said it, but I talked about, I think I posted on my personal page, but I talked about, you know, someone has said one of the areas where all the amazing ideas that has died is in the graveyard, right? So many people, we all got ideas. We all have ideas. We all have great ideas, but if we don't take action to do the things that we need to do, we're never going to see it sprout. You get what I'm saying? So when I talk about that, you know, I'm not saying we have a million ideas. I got a book full. First of all, I always say write it down and then focus on one and just go with that, right? So back to where I said planting the seed, where I talked about last week with disrupting your soil, meaning, you know, disrupt your soil. Let's focus on getting in the giant of what is bothering you. Like, you know, you planted a seed before where you wanted to write a book, but someone told you back when you were younger you can't write, or you got really bad grades in English, so you don't know if you can write enough, or you don't know if you have enough to talk about, or if people want to hear you. These are all old limiting beliefs. So you started with the seed of wanting to write your book, but all those other limiting beliefs I talked about is just dying in your garden, right? In your soil. You got to disrupt that soil, get all those old seeds out, plant the new seed, and water it, and you know, whatever you do to plant a damn seed. I don't know. But what I mean by that, by watering, you know, filling in the things that you need with that seed, is just, you know, writing your goals down, finding someone to push you. You get what I'm saying? If you know you can't do it by yourself, borrow someone else to come in and help you with this. You get what I'm saying? And that's by being real and knowing what your giant is. You know what I mean? Like, I got a coach. I've always made sure I have mentors. One of the things for me, if Oprah got a damn coach, I know I need a coach. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. Like you never can do it by yourself. That is a bad. That I'm self-made. I can do this on my own, and I don't trust nobody. Those are old bad giants that you got up in your room. Those old bad seeds that's just rotting in your soil. You know what I'm saying? You got to disrupt that soil, get that out. Is this making sense? I hope I got y'all. I'm guessing from the thumbs up and the hearts and the lights it is. So that's what we're going to start focusing on. I got a lot of like exercises per se that I'm going to share this week. I'm working on having a special guest coming in this week to tune in. I'll keep you guys posted. We're having a little conflict with the schedule. So if anything, also too, I'm traveling. So we will not be live on Thursday, the 20th. I'll be traveling. But we're trying to figure it out. If anything, we might carry this over to next week because this is a very big topic. This is an area where it took me some years, y'all. It took me some years to really get in and dig up and find what was my giants, what was getting in my way, what was disrupting my soil, what was rotting my garden, so that every seed I was trying to plant does not grow and it just dies. I had to figure that out. And it was because I would not figure out ways to overcome the giant. And one of the ways that helped me, I had to be real with myself because I was always wanting to do it all by myself. I mean, I was raised that, don't trust nobody. We do it. You gotta be careful who you trust. Don't talk about your money. Don't, watch what these people do. It was like, certain things I was just scared to open up to strangers. I was scared to open up to people, that can help me. Like I had a problem with asking for help. That was another big giant. It might be some of you guys who's on here watching. Okay, so we're going to continue on this conversation. Like I said, I like to keep this short. We're at the top of the hour. Tune in tomorrow. I was going to say next week, y'all. Y'all know I go on here every day. Tune in tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to continue talking about overcoming the giants. If you guys want me to talk about specifics where you don't want to share here on the live, but really talk about the areas of where it could, definitely send me a message, type in the comments, whatever the case may be. There's a few people that talked about something had shared when I asked about it on my email list or whatever. And I will be, diving into that, Queen, if you're tuning in. I'm not going to say your name or anything. But we're going to talk about specific exercises where you can do with figuring out, really digging within yourself to find your purpose so you could overcome what your giants is, really figuring out different areas that are blind spots for you and digging in. So that's what we're going to talk about this week. Hopefully we have a special guest coming on. I really, really want him to come. So, yeah, tune in. I hope y'all have an amazing, amazing Monday. Lord, who's up? I hope you have an amazing Monday, and I inspire for you guys to tune in. I'm sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Cash, asset, cash, absolutely. You got to do it. But in order to have the cash, to get the asset, to have cash, you got to believe yourself that you can even start doing that. That was one of the things where I was afraid of because I was afraid to get too much cash. I couldn't handle it. I was afraid that, I wouldn't know the right things to do. I was just stopping myself before I even started moving. Not playing well. I'm not sure what you mean by that. The video's not playing well. I hope you guys were able to see me. Maybe it was your connection, Vivian. So I hope, if anything, you could tune back into the replay. It might be your connection. All right, y'all. Have an amazing, prosperous Monday. Love you all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tuesday at 12:30, talking more about overcoming the giant. LC Thrive, signing out. Keep thriving, y'all.